नमस्कार. डेम्पो हेल्थकेअर प्रस्तुत आणि स्वर्गीय श्री विश्वासराव डेम्पो यांच्या यादीन अलर्ट, ॲक्टिव्ह अँड अलाइव्ह ॲट 100 ह्या कार्यावळीन तुमचे स्वागत. दर शुक्रारा रातचे 10 वरांचेर प्रुडंट मिडियाचेर आम्ही तुमच्या बरोबर असतात. आरोग्य आणि स्वास्थ्य आणि भलायकी याबद्दलचे वेगवेगळे विषय हांची चर्चा करपाक, डिस्कशन करपाक, तुमच्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरां दिवपाक. आमच्या बरोबर असतात डॉक्टर दिगंबर नाईक, who is a renowned cardiologist from Goa and whose name has already been recognized as one of the 50 pathfinders of the Indian healthcare industry. Welcome to the show, Doctor. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Well, Dr. Naik has written the book named Alert, Active and Alive at 100. ज्या पुस्तकांत ताणी आपल्या एक्सपिरियन्साद्वारे, आपल्या रिसर्च थ्रू वेगवेगळे जी सूत्रां तांच्या नजरेन आयिल्ली आसात ती बरयल्ली आसात, ताज्याबद्दल डिस्कशन केल्ले आसात. ही हॅज गिवन इलॅबोरेट डिटेल्स अबाउट हाव टू लिव अ लायफ, हाव टू बी ॲक्टिव्ह, अलर्ट अँड अलाइव्ह, अँड नॉट ओन्ली दॅट, अटेन युअर हेल्दी 100. अँड त्याच पुस्तकान जे तांणी विशय हाताळिल्ले आसात त्याबद्दलची चर्चा आम्ही ह्या कार्यावळीन करतात. वेगवेगळ्या भागान आमी वेगवेगळ्या विशयाची चर्चा करतात. पण ह्या विशयाकडे वळच्या पयलीं वेळ जाता तो तुमच्याकडून आमकां आयिल्ल्या प्रश्नांची उतरां दिवपाक. आणि दर विकान, दर आठवड्यान वेगवेगळे प्रश्न आमच्या कडेन येतात आनी तातूंतले जे आमकां दिसता की कॉमन आसा किंवा वीच नीड टू बी एड्रेस्ड त्या बद्दलची चर्चा आमी दर भागान करतात किंवा दर विकान करतात. ह्या आठवड्यान जो आमच्या कडेन आयिल्लो प्रश्न आसा, which is very interesting and which is very close to every Goan's heart, and that is the siesta. आमी जी दंपारची पावर नॅप घेता or you can say cat nap, संस्कृतान ताका वामकुक्षी अशें म्हणटात. पण ही घेवची की ना घेवची, ताजे कितें ती उपयोगी आसा की ना, whether it should be avoided completely, ह्या बद्दलचे वेगवेगळे आमकां प्रश्न आयिल्ले आसा. तर we thought of discussing this because all Goans are tagged to be Sushagad, and we are famous and we love famous for the power nap, and we love our naps in the afternoon or siesta. So doctor, can you put light on this particular thing?
Okay, दनपारां न्हिदप आमकां सगळ्यांक कॉमन, व्हेरी कॉमन. ओके, मातशें येयलें जेवलें मातशें आड पडटा म्हणटा. येस, आड पडपाचे खूब जाणांचे डिफरंट प्रकार. थोड्यांक 10-15 मिनटां आड पडटा, थोड्यांक अर्दवर जाय, थोडे सुशेगाद 2-3 वरां न्हिदता. ओके, नाव वी ऑल नीड अ गुड स्लीप. स्लीप इज एसेंशियल, and average 6 to 8 hours is average what most of us should have. Okay, there are people who are very comfortable with less than 6 hours. There are people who are very comfortable even up to 10 hours.
Right.
But even too much of sleep isn't bad, and too less is also not bad. So this is a one-time night sleep. ती बी सारखे काळखान करपाची. Okay, that is important. But आम्ही सकाळी दीस स्टार्ट केलो तो it will end up almost more than 12 to 14 to 16 hours we are on our toes. अशा वेळार आमचे पाय टायर्ड जाता. The blood gets stagnated below because of the veins, because of the gravity. Okay, the body gets dull. It goes through so many factories inside us. At the end of it, yes, it does get dull. Then this power nap was devised. Power nap means in the middle of the day, say after lunch, you just relax for 15 to 20 minutes to maximum half an hour. Okay, and it has situation to ardavarant if you get up, and if you develop that habit to sleep for just less than half an hour, you get up absolutely fresh.
So is this the time limit that you have mentioned, does it vary for people?
It varies. It may be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but not more than half an hour. कित्याक आता अर्दवर जर आमी न्हिदले, then sleep has got REM and non-REM patterns.
Right.
If up to 1 hour you do not go into REM patterns, but if you go into a REM pattern, then you want to complete your sleep and you want a prolonged sleep.
Right.
And then if I wake you up, you are groggy. You feel sleepy.
Yeah, there is a hangover.
A hangover, and then you need a lot of time to recover. While if you do this, don't go into a REM sleep and then you get up, that is called as a cat nap. Why it's called as a cat nap? You see a cat, you sit with a cat. In 2 minutes it will start snoring.
Right.
And even if you, in another 5 minutes, if somebody comes and makes a little bit of noise, see the freshness of it, it just jumps at you and it's ready to attack.
Right.
While if you have a dog, you put him to sleep,
He takes his time.
He'll lengthen his body and yawn and do all sorts of things, and then he'll tell you, okay, now you tell me what is to be done.
Right.
So this is also, it is actually a power nap. What is a power nap? It empowers your muscles. It powerizes muscles, it energizes your muscle and your brain and your nerves back to work. So a 15 minutes to half an hour's power nap is something which is really fantastic, and I think all of us should develop that habit of taking that break.
Right.
You don't need totally dark. If you have a darkness, fine. You just have to lie down. Only thing, you have to lift your legs up.
Elevate.
Some people just sit like this on the bed and try to on a chair and try to get it, fine. But then the whole blood is pulled down the whole day. That needs to be brought back into circulation.
Right.
Okay. And I think if you do that, if you just elevate it up and then put it down, and if you can sleep, the best. In an office you can't sleep, but at least you should be able to elevate your leg, put them up, let that venous return come back, and then your circulation builds up, and take it for half an hour and then get up. You'll see the changes that happen in your life. Because then you are breaking the tiredness of your brain itself. Whatever brain is doing whole day, it is doing lots of things. They are all piled over there. It needs time for them to organize, which normally the brain does in the sleep. But if you give the brain a half an hour, say after 6 hours you are breaking, rather than after 18 hours you are breaking.
Like if you are getting up at 6 o'clock, then by 1 o'clock it's almost 8 hours.
Usually
So
after
it is the full day.
After lunch is better.
Yeah.
Because when we take a lunch, we all are used to taking a good lunch.
Yeah.
Then your liver is pretty active.
Right.
The digestive system is
Right,
active.
right.
That is the time, if you give a rest to the brain, that is much almost like an ideal
And that
time.
also aids your digestion.
It helps in everything, not just one, not just your brain. It slows down your aging. It slows down the destruction of the neurons. It improves the conductivity of the axons and the neurons.
Right.
Okay, so obviously the brain function improves. Simultaneously, after food, many times you have what we call it, the renal glycosuria, post lunch glycosuria. You feel like going to the toilet again and again,
Right.
because the systems work faster. The whole glucose is poured in, it has come in. Like you put a factory, your stock, 10 trucks come with the stock. What happens?
there is more
The whole activity goes in
Right,
there,
right.
and then you need that time to set it properly. And then once you have put it, then you are relaxed. The same thing happens when lunch is like a storm on the body. It's a load on the body. Suddenly you are making the body do something different.
Right.
At that time, the body is reacting differently. And then if you give your brain, because brain is basically not necessary for your proper usual digestion. Your liver and enzymes, they are able to work automatically on themselves. That's why your digestion is basically by autonomic nervous system.
Right.
It's not by voluntary nervous system. So at that time you cut off the brain for some time, give it half an hour, and I think it's fantastic. All of us should develop that habit. I know it's a habit. Some people have that habit, some people don't. But they say, if I go to sleep, then I want to sleep for 4 hours.
Which is the case with many.
Yeah.
And I think whatever has been advocated in our tradition, like Vamkukshi or siesta time, it has definitely some scientific reasoning.
Absolutely.
And we don't need to ridicule ourselves saying that we are lazy,
Not at
isn't
all.
it? Because
Not
this
at all.
power nap is necessary for us,
See,
and I think
even
doctor has put light on
people
it.
like Napoleon, he used to sleep he used to fight the whole day, all night, and he used to sleep on the horse back. Just go to sleep for some time.
For some time. Right.
Okay, that in between, many people have that. People leave their office off, just they lie down for 20 minutes, even in the nights. So a lot of this today, everyone works through the night.
Right.
During that time also, they just doze off for 10-15 minutes, come out, and it makes a lot of
So
difference into there.
this power nap is refreshing,
It's
and it's a
refreshing.
good news for everybody. You can really
Absolutely.
enjoy that half an hour of your own time, because it is relaxing for your brain, your nervous system, your entire body which is tired, and of course you can digest your lunch and whatever food that you have eaten very effectively. So I think, doctor, thank you so much for putting light on this subject, which is so important for us. Now, those who are not taking the power nap, I think the advice is that
They should
everyone should
definitely
take
enjoy it.
one.
They should definitely. You do not waste your time by spending little time in power nap.
And most importantly, it is also going to make us more resistant towards the stress that is going to come in the next half of the day, and that is exactly what we are going to discuss, and which is exactly the topic of discussion from your book, because in last episode also we were discussing about stress and how to resist stress, because stress is everywhere. We cannot escape from stress. What we can do is make ourselves strong enough to resist it or combat it. So I think we were talking about how to
live our stressful life without stress.
Right. Or how to keep stress at bay. Okay.
See, if I say my life is very, very stressful, you have been running whole day, I've been running whole day, we keep on doing, we'll be killed by that stress.
Right.
What do? We say, well, we enjoy what we are doing.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is, we have an attitude which is little different of looking at the stress or the reactions that we have to face to whatever. We react to our stress differently.
A very important word that you have mentioned just now is attitude, because we have discussed about our attitudes in focusing your mind and also in positive thinking.
We talked about those first.
Those
For you to live a completely healthy life, your brain, your attitude, your no fights with the neighbors, all that is important. And then you come to the stress, and then finally, lastly, we'll talk about diet and all those things.
Yeah.
We only feel what we live a good life by a proper food. No.
So again and again we realize that it is within ourselves, within ourselves how to do it. So attitude is something very important thing that you have mentioned, and you have given us a questionnaire, on what to ask ourselves. I would like you to elaborately tell us why.
I have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do. Everyone has a lot of work to do. And we react to that stress differently. If we react positively, we will enjoy it. If we react negatively, we will harm ourselves, we'll destroy ourselves. And you have seen so many people committing suicide, so many people are in depression, so many people are admitted into psychiatric hospitals, which is definitely not necessary. All that we need is to look at ourselves. And I just put in a few questions. If you ask this question to yourself,